Hello, I'm Michael Steinman for Jazz Lives. I'm a lucky fellow. I'm sitting here with KYLA Titus, who is the granddaughter of Helvetia Vet Boswell of the Boswell sisters. I consider this a great blessing and a great honor. And I am asking her today, we're going to talk a little bit about why the Boswell sisters matter. KYLA, what do you think?
Well, I think the Boswell sisters matter because, first of all, there is no music like theirs that exists. They were musical geniuses. They brought so much joy through their music to so many people during one of the darkest eras of our nation's history, the Great Depression. And it just spread such joy and love of living and love of music that I think that people need to be aware of their contribution to our culture and also to popular music.
It's interesting because they're not as well known now as they should be. And I think, as well as the music, theirs is a great human story. The story of Connie Boswell, who, as someone once said to me, she wasn't disabled, she just couldn't walk.
Exactly. It was an interesting tale to have three young girls go out on the road in shanty towns with Indians wrapped in blankets back in 1929 through some terribly impoverished areas, singing to get their break. They did it because they loved the music. They loved singing together. And they were young women as well. And their story about their barging through I lost it there.
Unexplored territory.
Unexplored territory of jazz and music, this new era as young females, one of whom could not walk. It's just an incredible tale, and I think it really does need to be told.
And they were so influential. You have the influence on other famous singers
Yes.
who actually talked about this.
Yes. Well, the most notable, of course, is the Andrews sisters, because they were incredibly popular. But they idolized the Boswell sisters. And then Ella Fitzgerald, of course, has always credited Connie Boswell with her singing style. But the list goes on, and it isn't only limited to harmony groups or only female singers. Many male singers, Bing Crosby, sang in a style very similar to Connie and actually accompanied her on many recordings and radio shows. Their influence was just immense, and they were very, very popular at a time when this new era of radio and recording was just burgeoning. So you have them selling about 75 million records in a time when many people didn't even know what a record was. The story needs to be told.
I don't know my history or my numbers all that well, but I bet in 1932, as you say, people didn't have money for records, and that the population of America might have been 75 million or something like that. So for them to sell those records is incredible. The records sustain us so. I understand also, I hear rumors, and I've promulgated some of those rumors on the blog, that there is a Boswell Sisters book in the works. There is a Boswell Sisters film documentary. Are these things true, KYLA?
Well, yes, actually, there is a book, which I've written with the help of my dear friend David McCain. And there is a documentary in the works by Joshua Tree Productions from Las Vegas for PBS, which is wonderful, and also a major exhibition down at the Historic New Orleans Collection in New Orleans, of course, slated for 2014. So a lot of things are happening now. People are starting to realize that perhaps we've gone a little too far with some of our more modern approaches to music and entertainment, and that we kind of need to step back and look at some good, clean, joyful kinds of music to help us through some of the really difficult times that many of us are going through right now.
I'll tell you a story you don't know. I was on the way, I was driving into Manhattan to see The Beloved, and I have to cross Central Park to do this. It was a beautiful spring day. I had a Boswell Sisters CD in my car player. I decided, for whatever good impulse, to roll down all the windows and turn that music up as loudly as I could and drive through Central Park, spiraling Boswell Sisters molecules into the air. I thought it was a good thing. I've never regretted it. I'm thrilled that you and David and everybody else will be doing this with a book and a documentary. America needs the Boswell Sisters. The 21st century needs the Boswell Sisters. Don't you agree?
I absolutely do. And I've been listening to their music since I was very small, and it still is very much an enjoyable experience for me. I used to dance to it and sing along with it, and you would think that at this point I might be slightly bored with it, but no. It's so full of just such creativity and innovation and harmony. It's worth recognizing, and they influenced so many others. They were really musicians, and I feel they need to be recognized as such. Their level of expertise was very high.
Well, thank you so much, KYLA Titus, because you are helping to put the sun back in our sky.
Thank you, Michael.